Like I told both of you, I am honored beyond measure to have this award tonight. So, it's funny, over 20 years ago, I was starting in the West Bend Noon Rotary, and Charlie Hellman was our president. And he was also, by the way, the best ever kitty kettle presenter. And so, I mean, it's just was amazing to see his leadership, and it was just a wonderful way for me to get involved in this community. And then several years later, when I joined the West Bend Community Foundation, my friend Sharon Ziegler was also the president of that wonderful organization. So I'll get into it, but my whole life I've been surrounded by wonderful leaders in this community. But it seems like just yesterday I was standing on the steps over there at Timmer's, and I was asking the community to support a holiday lights display. And I held up a picture of our new baby, and I said, this is why I'm doing this. And me and my fellow Rotarians are doing it because we want every child in Washington County to have a wonderful experience for Christmas. But more importantly, we want every child in Washington County to have food from those families that can't afford it. That was 14 years ago, and this community supported me. A few years later, my family's world turned upside down, and our youngest daughter was diagnosed with leukemia. It's the hardest thing I've ever gone through, but this community supported me. Now I get to embarrass both of my girls and point them out. The girl in the baby picture, Sydney, wave your hand. Sitting right over there, and she is going to start her freshman year tomorrow.
Wow.
And the toughest girl I've ever known, who fought and beat leukemia when she was 1 year old, is sitting right there. And she'll be going to 6th grade tomorrow. And I've always said this community has been good to me. I can't tell you how meaningful it is to me to be honored alongside so many people that I actually grew up in my neighborhood, that were in my neighborhood when I grew up on Highland View Drive. Judy Lewis was right next door. John Duell was kitty corner. Rocky Diedrich was a couple blocks away. And of course, directly across the street were two of my mom's favorite people, Cliff and Betty Nelson. And yes, I did mow Cliff's lawn for him.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, I've intentionally turned my focus from community to family. As you can see, my girls are growing up fast. But I'm very humbled and so grateful that the United Way is honoring me for what I've done in the past, because I'm the first to admit I've really scaled back in the present. That said, so many people on this list of recipients probably have had to scale back. And scaling back makes room for emerging leaders to carry the community torch and make their own impacts in Washington County. You know, I don't think when I was in high school, Judy Lewis, John Duell, Rocky Diedrich, or the Nelsons, in their wildest dreams, thought Chris Chlupp was ever going to actually create an impact in this community. But them, as well as my community mentors, Sharon Ziegler and Jim Spella, they showed me a path. Whether they knew it or not, they taught me that you need to give back to a community that has been so good to all of us. So the example that all of you are setting is wonderful. You're going to encourage people whether you know it or not. And so from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you for this award, but more importantly, thank you for everything that all of you do for this wonderful community. Thank you.